Hi you guys. Okay, here I have an old Exo Terra background, which my neighbour's kindly given to me to pimp up for her bearded dragon. I am going to show you on this video how to pimp up your old tatty Exo Terra background. And make it 10 times better than it was before. Okay. As you can see, I have got some tile grout again, and I have watered it down so that it's of a runny consistency. But this is the stuff that I use for those of you who want to know. And it's waterproof wall tile adhesive grout. And it's already made. It comes pretty thick. And for some of the backgrounds I do, I like to have it a bit more runny. So yeah, let's get on. Okay guys, please excuse the old tatty bottoms, but it gets a bit messy, this job. Right, I'm going to water this down a little bit more, and it is just add a little bit of water at a time. Find if you just pour a whole load of water in there, it will just turn into a mess. Right. So as you can see, it's nice and smooth and it's runny. Okay. One more important thing is a brush. For this one, doesn't matter if it's a hard brush or a soft brush. Doesn't matter. And all you do, dip your brush in there, and you'll actually have to hold on to this because these weigh nothing. But after I've shown you what to do, you'll actually be surprised at how heavy this will be. Right. So yeah, you get the gist at the moment. I am just filling up all these tiny little holes that you'll see. What's happened is that bearded dragons have long nails, and with polystyrene, which is what these Exo Terras are made out of, it really is no good for a bearded dragon. They will just scratch it all off, they'll damage it in no time, and rather than throwing it away and buying a brand new one, why not, do it yourself, make a nice little background. You'll actually make it look 10 times better than what it started off in the first place. Okay. Now, if you want to speed things up with the drying, you can use a fan or a hairdryer if you've got one, or a little heat gun, but be careful because this is polystyrene, so don't let it get too hot. Okay, heat wise, obviously once this is all grouted up, you wouldn't have a problem with heat. A lot of people say, won't the polystyrene burn inside a hot enclosure? And the answer is no, it won't. There you go. Now I'm probably going to put about, I mean, it depends how bad it is. Probably about 3 coats. on here. And what I'll do is I'll go over with the hairdryer to speed things up as well. As you can see, look, there's a big dip here. But the idea is not to, especially with the first coat, don't drown it in grout, because it would take forever to dry. It really would. Besides, if you work with it and get in there, like so, it is really that simple. Even if you just want to go out and buy an Exo Terra background and grout over it and colour it and varnish it, you know, that's another easy option as well. If you can't be bothered to, you know, go through the whole route of making rock features yourself, and you just want something simple to do. Okay, right, I've done the first layer of grout. I'm now going to dry it off using my hairdryer. Okay, next coat. Remember, because you've watered it down, it does dry quite quickly. You might get one or two places that isn't quite dry, but it's absolutely fine. Okay, that's coat number 2 done. As you can see, there's a difference already. Don't worry too much about this little bit of grain that's here. It gives it quite a natural effect. But as you can see already, this is starting to pick up some weight. And I'll talk to you about that as well. But yeah, I'm going to put coat number 3 on. Now, coat number 3, I'm going to add some paint to it, and I'll show you what paint it is, so you give me 1 second. Right, this is called Auto Air colour, and it's a transparent colour, and it is called Transparent Root Beer. And I'll show you the bottle there. Obviously, you don't have to use this paint. You could use a red paint. Okay, you could just use like a red paint, but yeah, all I'm doing is shaking up the bottle. And what this colour is, it's a nice like what I did with the Grand Canyon. It's a really nice sort of warm orange red. Word of warning, don't use kids paint. Reason being, as soon as you put the varnish on, it will run off. Yeah, it's not a permanent paint, so to speak. So it needs to be something water based, like household paint, acrylic paint, you know, artist paint, which is what this is. This is artist paint. Or you just general household wall paint. No gloss. Right. So do squirt a bit in there. Like so. And mix it in well. One word of advice, be very, very careful with your measurements and how much grout you put on, I do put a bit of grout around the sides just to give it a little bit of protection, but I don't put too many layers on. I only put maybe 1, 2 at a push, because what will happen is that when it all dries up and you've varnished, you painted over it and you varnished it and what have you, and then you go and put it back in your glass vivarium or wooden vivarium, it won't fit. So you've got to be careful, as you can see. What I've done as well is I've washed my brush, because obviously it's covered in white grout, and now this is colour. So I've made sure I've washed that. Okay, right, here we go. Right, there's my brush, there it is. Doesn't matter if your brush is a bit wet, it's perfectly fine. Right, I'll move you over.